I bloody hope so. Oh, hello.
Hello, everyone.
No.
Is it working?
No.
Sorry.
Is it working?
Is it working?
Is it working?
Is this thing working? Is this thing on? Do it like this to get you more in the shot.
Hello.
It is a bit breezy today, so let us know whether the audio is okay. Yeah, if it's not, we'll have to rethink.
No, it'll be fine. It's fine.
Okay.
Hello, everybody.
Hi.
So, firstly, can we get a sound check? Testing. 1, 2, 1, 2. Do we look good? Do I look as polished and pristine as always? Okay, good. So, hello.
Alright, so apparently you can hear us and see us okay. If anyone disagrees with that assessment, then please let us know now that we can do something about it.
Okay, so everyone's saying it's good.
It's good.
So I think we've cleared that.
Yeah.
We've cleared that. So it is, for us, it's almost 6 p.m.
Yes.
Which means that we get to drink beer. If you're in Texas, as Donnie Senior is, drink beer. It's 11 a.m. There you go.
So we won't judge.
No.
Judge.
We're back on the boat. We are back in the boat, and we are back for, well, the rest of our sailing season, which is pretty good actually, because this is the first time in 3 years,
Yeah.
that we've actually been able to continue, because this is not hurricane season for us.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool. So we've got, for your delight and enjoyment, we have 3 months left.
Yes.
Which is pretty good. So I'm pretty happy with that.
Yeah, we're really excited. I don't think we'll say what our plans are, because inevitably they'll change, just because we're, a bit flaky. But, we're going to continue to head. We're in Lagos at the moment, which is on the Portuguese Algarve, and we're going to head into the Mediterranean, and we're going to set off, I think on Tuesday at the moment is our weather window.
Yep.
And, head towards southern Spain and Gibraltar, and, whereabouts in Spain exactly remains to be seen, but
it just depends how it goes. As I said, we've never sailed in the Med before, so it's kind of...
it's exciting.
Well, it's kind of like we kind of haven't got this oceanic swell to deal with, hopefully, and,
Yeah.
So pretty good, so there you go. So should we say hello? Shall we say some hellos?
Yes, definitely.
Shall I leave it to you?
Yes. Well, Brennan says that he had a smudge on his glasses and that you still look like you had a moustache.
I wish I did, actually. I missed that.
Everyone can observe that Nick is relatively clean-shaven.
You know what?
The moustache is gone.
For those of you who don't follow us on Instagram, I actually put the poll on Instagram.
Yeah.
And it came up 66 to 33 to shave it.
Yeah, I think it was more than 66% wanted you to shave it. I saw 79% at one point. It was basically everyone was like, get rid of that tash immediately.
I love my tash.
David Berry, it's 3 a.m. in Australia. What are you doing up?
David Berry, you have to have a beer.
Yeah.
Unless you've got work tomorrow and you're working with like heavy instruments or like a pilot. Then if you're a pilot or an astronaut, don't have a beer.
But really, why are you up? Although, no, it's 3 a.m. Monday morning. I hope you don't have to get up this early for work. That would just kill me.
Maybe he's insomnia.
And David Berry also says the Zatara crew are in the Med as well. Yes, they are. I believe they're in Greece at the moment.
Yeah, we're heading to the Med. Do
Yes.
you know what? I am super, super excited about that.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, someone's watching from Angola. That's pretty cool, Angola. They also speak Portuguese. Well, it was an ex-Portuguese colony.
I'm going to show my ignorance and admit that I don't know entirely exactly where Angola is. Do you?
Yes.
Where?
Angola is on the west coast of Africa.
Rich guest, why don't you...
Tell us where Angola is.
Yeah.
Anyway, enough about Angola. Thank you.
Yes.
Welcome from Angola.
Yes.
We still haven't done our hellos, so let's just run through these. So we've got, I'm going to scroll up and scroll quickly down. From the top, Brennan, hello. Scott, hello. Eric Watson, hello. Suzanne, hello. Keith Ryan Lawrence, hello. Tim Gribble, hello. Miguel, Donnie, David, Zach, Grant, Barry, Joseph, Peck. Michaela, David again.
Tal and Jenny, hello. From Greece. You guys are in Greece as well, aren't you? Yeah.
It's going to be a massive party.
Yeah.
And Samantha, hello.
John, hello from Brazil.
Carry on, I'm going to sneeze.
Oh, okay.
Thank you.
And Johnny is also planning to get out here and get sailing, so that's exciting stuff. Yes. So Neil from Florida, Wayne from Canada, Zach from McMurdo. I don't know where that is. And Rich has confirmed that yes, Angola is northern Namibia.
Ching ching.
On the west coast of Africa.
Okay, there you go.
Sweet.
Carl and Jenny Sailing Adventures. Yes, we agree with you fully. The stresses of not having good internet. And just a little thing for you. I'm going to have one of my... I feel that today is going to be quite rant heavy. First, I'm going to blow my nozzle with this snot rag that I found. Then
everyone really.
No. This is something that's
people watching this after the fact. They're going to get to this point and be like,
switch over to Doodles. At least this is a pair of tits on there they can look at. Anyway, look. So,
like, excuse me. Not that bad. I feel like maybe this conversation's going a direction that we don't need.
So, okay, O2. This is my first gripe of the day. Like, my mum and dad are like, boy, why haven't you got a phone number? And the bank are like, why haven't you got a phone number? And I'm like, look, you know what? I don't need a phone number. Anyway, I finally capitulated when I bought a SIM card from O2 3 days ago in London. Came here and found out that O2, because you're meant to have this European roaming thing that allows you to kind of roam freely.
Yeah.
But, and this is also for American audience that come over here and choose to roam with their SIM cards, not all mobile phone network providers have 4G
like agreements.
Yeah. And apparently Vodafone and everyone else does, O2 don't. So when you get your English phone to Europe, it only works in 3G because O2 failed to tell you this in the shop.
Yeah, well, I bet they did. They wanted to sell you something.
Well, I wasted 10 quid.
Yeah.
Anyway, there you go. So that's the thing. So
you get a 3G signal.
Which is probably going to meet my data, but this is we now have a 4G SIM, a Portuguese one.
We do, which is working, I think, okay so far.
So far.
Okay, so Scott is here, William is here, Marie is also here, John.
Hello, Marie.
Is that Carrie or Corey? Carrie, Joy, Christine, Derek. So we've got a lot of people. In fact, if everyone could hit that thumbs up button, that would be a huge help. How many people do we have watching us?
180.
180. That's pretty good.
Better behave. So basically, there is a thing called the retail price index.
I don't know where this is going.
Well, the universal price index is the price of shit in England. It probably occurs in America where, like, they go, a loaf of bread has gone up 10 pence this year, and we have our own retail price index. And really,
as in you and I.
Well, as we sail.
Okay.
And one of the things that we consume a lot of things. We consume a lot of roast chicken,
for example.
But we also consume a lot of beer, and I don't think I've ever found beer so cheap.
Yeah. We're pretty excited about the cheap
literally.
Beer. Not that expensive beer has ever stopped us from drinking beer before.
No. We'll go to Australia where it's like $400 a pint.
Well,
even in Australia, like even if happy hour, right?
Yeah.
It's like $5-6 for a pint, and it's not even a proper pint.
Well, how much is
like,
it in the UK? £5-6.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
This stuff, like I bought 24 bottles of this for $8.
Yeah, that's amazing. What about the big packets of panache in France that you get for like €1.50?
Yeah. But like last night, we went out. Like you buy a beer, a pint. So that's a pint. That's 32 ounces or whatever it is. It's 464 ml. I can't do all the conversions across the world. An English pint is 454 millilitres. An Australian pint is less because you can't drink as much as us. Anyway, it's like €2, $2 a pint in a restaurant, in a bar.
Yeah.
That's like, oh my god.
We're trying to figure out how they actually make a profit out of that.
Because it's not taxed. The government doesn't tax it too high.
Derek says Adelaide beer is $15 a pint. My lord, Derek, where are you
Derek,
going?
are you messing about? $15 a pint? Really?
I will back Derek up. I have seen $15 on some beer menus for like craft, like
Is it made of Jesus' tears? I mean, for crying out loud.
in like some expensive bars, yeah.
$15 a pint.
You can pay $15 a pint.
Christ. I think drugs cost less in my day for that.
They probably cost less in Adelaide.
Pint of drugs, please, Plumber.
Okay, right, so let's get on to some actual questions. Aerophil has a sensible question, which is cutting through neatly our rant. Ignoring any financial aspects, what boat would be your dream boat? Oddly enough, this is a question that we actually ask each other a lot. You know, it's kind of that lottery win question. What would we buy if we won the lottery? And I don't think that we've actually got an answer.
In fact, when I asked you this, the only other that we were in Greece.
Yeah, I know.
Which is basically, let me just digress a little bit, sorry. It's only 9 years you've been listening to this. So, yeah, the reason we've been away from the boat, we went to see my parents in Greece for a bit. And we talked about it in Greece.
Yes.
If we had like money no object, what boat would we buy? We don't know.
No. I have to say that I recently saw the video that Zatara put out on their new Privilege catamaran. That looked pretty sweet.
Do you know what? The new Privilege Series 5.
Yeah.
I love that boat. The only problem with the Privilege Series 5 that I can see is that I'm just too much of a scruffy bugger to be on one.
Yeah.
Like, it would literally be like me turning up in a sack to visit the Queen. I'd feel totally out of place on it. Like, there has to be a bit of grunge in what I do. And I've been on the Privilege Series 5. They are beautiful bloody boats.
Yeah.
They really are. But I just think I'd be bringing it down. I would. I mean, they're just like, yeah. So, yeah, I think probably... Yeah, money no object, we'd buy Privilege. I do like Privileges.
Yeah, I like Privilege.
I like Privilege catamarans.
Yeah. And I don't know.
I don't know how they sail. I'm on a hole. I don't know.
I think they sail okay.
To tell you the truth, this is what everyone goes like, oh, you know, I'd buy a 70-foot boat, I'd buy a 60-foot boat, I'd buy a 120-foot boat. As soon as you need crew, I don't want to do it anymore.
No.
So,
and as soon as your boat's too big, then no one in the anchorage wants to come and talk to you. So
yes, it's true, actually.
Yeah.
Well, it's at 38 foot, everyone comes to talk to us. Anyway, so there we go. So, lag. Sorry about the lag. Let me just get this. Okay, so someone said,
sorry, I don't know what you're about to say, but...
Is it Andre?
Yes.
Yes.
Someone said, did you remember to watch Free Range Sailing? I absolutely did.
They're pretty cool.
Thank you for the recommendation. As soon as we got off that last live chat, which was, I think, over a month ago now, I immediately looked them up and watched a few of the episodes, and yeah, they're good. I mean, you know, being Australian, I'm obviously biased.
They're pretty cool. They
I
are
think
nice.
that they're cool, and they're sailing a very beautiful cruising ground, which I also hope to get to one day.
But you can't swim in the bloody water because everything kills you.
Yeah, you can admire it from afar. They were anchored somewhere, apparently, I saw on Instagram like 2 days ago, they were anchored somewhere in front of a waterfall. They were anchored
That was
in
rad.
front of a... No. It was Rand, but it was also free range sailing. Why are all these people in such cool places?
We're
We're in a marina.
Stuck in a marina, smoking cheroots and crying into our €1 beers.
We do have a boat, we can't go anywhere else.
Right, well, we're leaving in 2 days.
Yes,
Anyway,
we are.
Richard Y says, what place would you not sail to? I don't know, actually. Actually, yes, I do. We are sailing into the Med, as we may have mentioned. We're also going to avoid the Costa Blanca. I don't like kind of built-up touristy areas.
Yeah.
That's not to say that they're not fantastic and they do a fantastic bacon sandwich and a fantastic pint of Guinness. But I like kind of natural, unspoilt stuff. So we tend to kind of... I mean, this is half the reason we bought a boat. Like, for me, like being on a cruise ship, it's for millions of people. And anyone here who owns a cruise ship company, I want to just see what the boat looks like. I don't want to go anywhere on it.
Yeah, if anyone could hook us up with like a tour of like an upmarket cruise ship.
I don't want to...
I'm really curious. Anyway, I was about to say...
Stop. Hammer time. No, someone just gifted us some money. We have to say thank you. Who was it? Alan Davis. Is it the Alan Davis? Alan Davis, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank
That's
you,
lovely.
I'm going to say stop hammer time every time that happens.
Okay.
Only for this video.
Yeah.
Though.
I was about to say that if you want unspoiled paradise, then maybe we shouldn't have come to Europe, because I don't think there's a single inch of Europe that is unspoiled, at least not on the
What is it
Mediterranean
we heard?
coast.
No, hang on a minute. We found out that there were 6,000 Greek islands, of which 30 are inhabited.
Really? Is that what we found out?
That's what I found out. I don't think I dreamt it either. Can someone, while I'm doing
Carl
this...
and Jenny, let us know.
Yeah.
You're in Greece, if you're still watching, which I hope you are.
Gillian Hollis says, how
yes.
expensive... We saw how expensive the beer was in Bermuda. Bermuda's beautiful. Do you know what? I think we said this about a lot of things. Bermuda was just an amazing.
Joe's watching from Egypt. That's cool.
So, SV Euphoria. Discovery 65 is an amazing yacht. Check them out. We've been on a 58.
Yeah, not a 65.
No. Well, listen, we loved that boat. There was a story behind the 58, which I can't tell you on the internet, but...
If you see us in person, then he'll be happy to tell you.
Tell you about what happened on the Discovery
in great
58.
detail. Okay.
It's a long story, and it may have some swearing in it.
Now that we've got them all intrigued. Okay, so let's have a look at... Does anyone else have any other questions, by the way? Oopsie daisy. I always do this. Sorry, I've just scrolled down and missed like a load of comments and questions. Here we go.
There you go.
I'm back.
Zari. It's, okay, I need to just stop this. Zari Sundberg. Am I pronouncing Zari right, or is it Zari? Anyway,
Zari.
Zari. Anyway, good. No. Grant says, if you won the lottery, hire a crew mechanic. No, I don't want to think the reason we sail is to be able to get away from all this. I can see, you see all these like things when you like, you know, on the front of Hello magazine when you're in an airport and there's like so and so on the super yacht and there's all these little kind of people in white shorts and t-shirts bringing you drinks. I'd love to do that just for a day or so to like be waited on hand and foot. Although the my working class heritage would be like, I can't deal with this. I can't deal with having servants. As I take my top hat off. But I do like the fact that we just do it on our own.
Yeah.
It's not, yeah, that's your thing.
Yeah. Jatana says, hello, by the way. What are the big differences between cruising in the Caribbean and Europe? That's a good question. We've only just started cruising in Europe, but...
Well, we did it for a couple of years. We did it for a year.
That's true. Yes, we have come from Europe.
We can speak about the Atlantic coast and not the Mediterranean. The Atlantic coast is a lot more marinas and a lot less anchoring because there is nowhere to hide the boat. There's very few places to anchor.
Yeah, there's loads of differences. I mean, obviously, you know, you only have to look around to see the differences. There's no kind of pristine white beaches and palm trees. It's all kind of pebble beaches and medieval towns. So yeah, it is different, completely different, but in a good way. Both cruising grounds are wonderful.
David Barry says, so here's the thing, Nick, pretty sure there is an Amel Super Ammo 53 coming up for sale. I think that alludes to the fact that Delos may be getting something spanking new. And fair play to them. I wish them all the best. They are
what? No, they've not made any secret of that. They're
Look at your boat.
They are going to build a like expedition boat and or buy a second-hand one and do it up. They're going to do like high latitude sailing and have a purpose-built boat for that purpose.
We've been together for 9 years and we spend 24 hours a day together and you tell me every little facet of your life, down to like, is this bikini too small for my arse, which was today's conversation.
It was. It was too small for my arse and it was today's conversation.
How is it that you failed to tell this?
I was only reading about it today, thank you.
Really?
Yeah, I was discussing this.
Oh, okay.
Okay, anyway, let's carry on.
Christopher 77770. I wonder what that means. I wonder where the 77s come from. Is he like a poker player or is
Anyway, if money wasn't a consideration, what is the largest boat you would sail? I think
as a couple? I'd probably go 60, short-handed, for waterline length. But there would have to be, 60. I'd probably go 60.
All right. Plumsh, whose question I answered in our Q&A on Crossing the Atlantic, which we filmed yesterday, and I can work out how to say your username.
We're frozen.
Yeah, I know, but they can hear the audio. People, can you confirm whether you can still hear the audio even if we freeze?
Like, is it really... Okay, yeah, sorry, apologies. Yeah, apologies about the bloody video again.
Anyway,
Plunge.
Yeah.
Plunge, where's Plunge?
Oh, see, again, you've just scrolled to the bottom. Sorry, everyone. See, if we were professional, we'd have like someone else kind of doing this and kind of feeding us the questions.
Anyway, what were you saying?
You've said that the uplink is a bit suspect. Yeah, well, you know, I think I've just proven that point. Yeah, there's nothing we can do about that, I'm afraid. We have apparently 4G signal, and that's
it just comes and goes and comes out.
Saul says, hi guys, what has been your favourite sailing ground in Europe so far? Well, we've kind of gotten stuck here in Lagos a little bit, and I think that's because we really like it.
I would say the little islands off the west coast of France, Belle-Ile, Ile-de-Ré.
Yeah, Atlantic France. And
Atlantic France is
the
awesome.
Spanish Rias are pretty special as well.
Bobby G. Did Bobby G do that song Blue Velvet? Anyway.
He asked, do you plan to spend any time in the Canary Islands? We've already spent time in the Canary Islands, Bobby.
We spent a couple of months there.
Yeah, but this was pre-YouTube, so we don't have any videos of it. But if you want to check out our website, then there's plenty of posts about our time in the Canary Islands, and we love them. They're lovely.
I need to have a little mini rant.
Okay.
While we've got the captured audience of 301 people.
My God.
Right, this is the thing. For those of you who haven't been following my slightly pointed rants on YouTube, we had a comment from one of our amazing fans who said that YouTube have turned off notifications for our channel, and his channel hadn't been receiving notifications for our channel. So I kind of put it out on Facebook and asked everyone to check, and we had half a dozen answers saying, yeah, YouTube have turned our notifications off.
Yeah.
So just can you please either now or later check to see if your notification bell has been switched on or off. I mean, if you've got it
Not
off,
just for our channel, but
no,
all of the channels that you
no,
use.
just for our channel. And obviously, if you don't want to hear a bing or have a notification every time we post something, then that's absolutely fine.
Yeah.
But if you had it on and it's now off, can you please let us know why you're on here today? Just so I can get the twitchy eye thing. Anyway.
Okay. So let's answer some other questions.
Yeah, there you go. Look, Andre.
The Greek islands are a collection of over 6,000 islands and islets that belong to Greece. Only 227 of the islands are inhabited, so more than 30. But yeah, still a very small amount. That's crazy. Okay, well, in that case, I retract my statement. There apparently are unspoilt paradises in Greece.
David Barry says, "How are your bimini colours holding up that you sewed up?"
Bimini covers?
Well,
Do you mean
the
copper tent?
Absolutely fine. We came back, we left it for a month, and one of our eyelets has popped out. And one of my jobs now, after one of the eyelets at the corners for the kind of doorway, they're under a lot of stress because the elastic lunges. And so, one job that I'm going to do is just to put reinforcing patches.
Hey, Le Baradeur says, I can hook you guys up with Costa in Italy. How can we connect? Is that
What's Costa? The coffee shop? Like someone called Costa?
I think it's that cruise ship that sank. The Costa Concordia.
Costa Classica.
Yeah.
Oh, Scatino. That was brilliant. Okay. Yeah, what was it? No. Okay, firstly, La Barousier. That's fantastic. That'd be fantastic.
And you can connect with us either by, what can you do? I don't know, just Google Yacht Ruby Rose and you can connect with us via Facebook or through our website. There's a contact page. It's the internet.
Yeah, that'd be brilliant. So basically, what was it? It was Costa something that sank, and unfortunately, okay, I'm not making light of this. People died on that, so there's not a funny matter. But the captain, Schettino, and I say this, my father's Italian. I speak fluent Italian. I'm kind of like half my heritage Italian, so I'm allowed to say this. There was like this huge outrage, and I remember you could listen to the audio between the captain and the police.
Yeah.
And the police were like, get back on board and look after your ship, because he jumped ship, the bastard.
Yeah, he got done for it. He's in jail.
And you could actually at the time buy T-shirts with the logo, get back on board. It was just this very Italian thing. Anyway.
I mean, that's funny, but it's also tragic.
But anyway, for whoever was it who just said that we should...
Le Baruda?
Le Barudier. Yeah, I'd love to make a video on a cruise ship.
Yeah, if we can
brilliant.
actually do that, then do contact us via various methods.
Pigeon.
We're all over social media.
So
we have a website.
So Marie is one of our. I think Marie is one of our oldest and fondest customers. Fans. We sound like a brothel as customers, clients.
It does sound really dodgy.
Oh, she's one of our clients.
Anyway, Marie asked how was Rhodes. Yes, we went to Rhodes briefly for a family holiday. Now that we're back in Europe, and we have cheap kind of budget airline flights that we can go all over the place. We met Nick's family there, and we haven't seen them for obviously some time, and we wanted to spend some time with them. His niece and nephews were there, and his sister, so it was lovely, as well as his parents. So it was lovely to spend some time with them. And Rhodes was lovely. They have a holiday home in Rhodes, which is why we went there. So yes.
Fantastic. So let's run through some questions quickly. Someone asked what was the smallest boat in your art. I think it was a... It
was a Harburg Racing 35.
34.
34?
Mutley. It was called Mutley.
Yeah, but what was the length?
I think it was 34, 35. And it pissed all over us. He was a...
He got there before we did.
Yeah, badass sailor, that one.
Is there something you wish you had on the boat, or is now a must-have? That's a very big question, Vicky.
I would like... Well, yes. Not a must-have. There's no must-have because everything's compromised. I'd like a dedicated freezer.
Yeah, definitely a freezer.
A front-loading fridge and a dedicated freezer.
I froze the rocket only yesterday, and that's because we have to have a fridge and a freezer all in one.
That's the most middle-class problem you've ever come up with. Darling, I've frozen the rocket, and I'm not quite sure that the hummus is out of date.
I really like rocket. It's cheap here. It's not middle class. It was like €1 for a big bag of rocket.
303 people watching us. I don't want to hear that we've frozen the rocket. Everyone's going to be weeping into their non-rocket.
I like rocket.
All right. Anyway, so where were we? Yes. Hang on a second. John Ingham. Oh no, let's just get this one on this. Zach A. What's been your favourite anchorage so far? Our favourite anchorage is Benyers Bay in the BVIs.
I was going to say Alvor, which is 5 miles down the road, which we have recently spent a lovely week in, and a video on that will be coming out very soon.
And easier to get to the Benyers Bay BVIs. However, all you, for a lot of people we know American, a lot of our fans are American. So if you get to the BVIs, go to Benyers Bay. It's beautiful.
And even non-Americans occasionally go to the BVI. They're called the British Virgin Islands.
After all. John Ingham says, love Technical Tuesday videos.
Thanks.
Thank you, John.
I should say thanks. I have nothing to do with them.
Technical Tuesday, yes.
They've been on a bit of a hiatus, would you say, recently?
Well, only because, we're waiting for subjects to come about. And we actually...
Have I drunk 2 beers already?
No, you drank 1. I've drunk 3. Why don't you go to the fridge and get some more? Technical Tuesdays, we're putting out, as per your recommendations, we're putting out some of the Q&As for the sailing. So any questions that you have about our Atlantic crossing, we've already kind of like polled you for questions, collated a lot of them, and we did the video yesterday. We should hopefully have it up. No, I'm not drinking Busch. No. All right, I'll have a Busch. Have we got any more cold ones?
You put that in the fridge. I'm assuming that's because you thought that you could drink it at some point.
This is what my life is. Anyway, Heather and Tony. Heather, hello.
Oh, hi,
Hey,
Heather.
hello, nice to see you. Listen, are you staying there? So we've just had a comment from Heather. Heather and Tony are friends on their boat Kwanzaa. They are pretty awesome. And Heather and Tony, let us know where you are. We are heading to Cadiz in 2 days.
Yeah,
so if you
you're in
fancy,
Jerez, then,
fancy dinner, let us know.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So, Michaela says there's some insane tidal range on the Atlantic coast. Yes, there definitely can be, especially northern France.
It's not that bad,
Well, you've had 3 other beers, so maybe that's why. Alan says, are there plenty of places in the Med to live on the hook? Yes, there are, definitely. I think it's a bit of a myth that you have to stay in marinas in the Med or take up mooring buoys. Obviously we haven't been into the Med yet, but I've done extensive research, and there's plenty of places to anchor. And Carl and Jenny, who I feel like maybe have left, but they, I think, could confirm for me. They're in Greece. Hang on a bloody minute. Camping Boy says, did you guys sort the sail? Hang on. Oh, now you've scrolled. Alright, Camping Boy, I'll go back to you.
So, my bell is still on. Okay, that's good.
What? Okay.
Shit, we're really by. Okay, bell, okay, fine.
Oh, the bells are on, yeah, okay, the notification bells. Jolly good. Okay.
You don't want to hear Paddy McGinty, you don't want to see Twitchy Eye, it's not good. Okay, Terry Peck says, Nick, good lovers keep shorter fingernails. Just saying. Actually, I have another problem. It's a difficult problem for me to deal with, especially on the internet. But I'd like some help. Right. Any men or women out there know how to strengthen fingernails? Like, seriously, this is driving me nuts. I have 4 of my fingernails, because if you don't know, I play the guitar and I play it quite obsessively. Every time I get back on this boat, my thumbnail splits. And literally, I've been back on the boat 2 days and I had to cut my thumbnail off. So anyone have any kind of herbal remedies, witchcraft to stop your nail splitting?
He's already tried painting his nails with nail.
Bright pink nail varnish. Yeah. Okay, Costa Concordia, that was it, Miguel, well done.
I said Costa. Okay, SV Euphoria says, as British sailors, would you recommend a first offshore cruise as the Scilly Islands or the Canary Isles? Canary Isles? Do you mean islands, like Spain? I intend on doing both next year, but which is better as first cruise?
I'd say neither. I'm going to stick my nail my colours to the mark.
Why don't you come over a little bit, because I think half of your face is showing.
I'm over here now. You gave me a bush, you get 30 centimetres between my thigh and yours.
Well, I don't mind in the slightest.
Anyway, I would say neither, and this is my reason. If it's down to either, I'd say that.
Hang on, where are the Canary Isles?
The Canary Islands, we went to them. Remember those islands we lived in?
The Scilly Isles are like 5 miles away from the UK, and the Canary Isles are like 700.
That's 700 my ass. They're like 1,500.
Right.
Okay. SV Euphoria, can you kind of elaborate, and then we'll get back to you on this. Do you mean the Scilly Islands as in off the coast of Britain, and the Canary Islands as in off the coast of Africa? Because there's a lot of places in between I choose. Okay.
My wife wants to know how to... Sorry, I'll start again.
Edward
says, my wife wants to know how you deal with humidity on board.
I sweat like a blind homosexual in a hot dog factory on a regular basis.
Yes. Yes, he does. We have fans. We try and stay anchor so that we're in a slightly cooler environment. We go for swims like several times a day, but mainly we try and stay out of humid environments.
Yes.
So
Yes. SV Divergent. Hello, Ethan. So basically, let me just a quick shout out to Ethan. Ethan, they sent us a message yesterday. I think it's actually our smallest fan.
And youngest, all at the same time.
Yeah, obviously, yes. So hello to Ethan.
Yes, hello, Ethan.
Fantastic. Kezia from Swansea. Hello.
Okay.
Barad-dûr. Is that in Lord of the Rings? Barad-dûr was in Lord of the Rings, isn't it? Hello, Pete.
Thinking of Mordor.
No, there's some place in the Lord of the Rings called Barad-dûr. I remember someone going on about it.
Okay.
Porto Ercole of Tuscany is a peninsula shaped like a mushroom with a whole range of tastes there. My father's from Florence. Know it well. Cabrigard says the jam or the pistols? Jam. Ian Byrne, Harry from Tatlow. Hello.
Okay, Camping Boy, we're back up to your question. Did you guys sort of sail around the sight line of Lake Trinidad? Yeah.
Yeah, we sailed
across the sight line.
We sailed most of it.
We sailed, as much of it as we could.
Mr. Juan's World, when did you demand more galley cooking videos?
Good. I'm glad to hear that.
Listen, I'm going to let you into a little secret about these galley cooking videos, right? I thought they'd be really easy to make because what happens is we cook food all day and every day we cook a meal and then we just think, well, we film it. The problem is that someone's always hungry. And then so we end up in this like
Also, it's harder to film than you would think.
Anyway.
It actually takes way more time, and I don't think either of us are in the mood when we're cooking something to be filming it. We thought basically it'd be really easy and quick to do, and it turns out that they're not. So we are definitely going to make more galley cooking videos, but at the moment our time is kind of full with doing our usual vlogs, our Technical Tuesdays, so
okay.
They're coming, but maybe slowly. But thank you for asking.
Marie Morrissey says that she's a groupie. That's our first groupie. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, very cool.
Chicka-bocka wah-wah. Okay,
No.
Pistols is pirate music. Friggin' in the Rigging was not done by the Sex Pistols. And now it eludes me. Can someone tell us who did Friggin' in the Rigging? Because it wasn't the Sex Pistols.
Okay, let's scroll down.
Graham White, how is your subtly bearing up after a few ocean crossings and 5 years? Do you know what? Bloody well.
Yeah,
absolutely.
She's really good.
There's like nothing wrong with her.
Yeah, she's great.
Yeah, she's good.
Okay, scroll down.
Hello from Home Depot. Home Depot. God, do you know what? Home Depot is so overpriced. Okay, sorry. Anna Gader with you. Hello. That's from Grint's Ints. Remember discussing Anna Gader with you. Okay. Head for the mountains? Nah. No. Do you touch stuff? Don't you touch stuff? Look, it's almost at the bottom. Look, that's the end. That's the end of our thing. We're not that far behind.
We are.
No, we're not. Oh yeah, maybe we are.
Yeah.
Shit. All right, I'm sorry. Let's just catch up with this.
I'm trying to hurry him along, everyone.
The Busch, apart from the
Not
Busch, we
easy.
have 72 cans left.
Yeah.
Keith says, love the moustache. Sorry, I had to go. Brooke says, what do you think your next boat is going? As you said, you're not going again on Ruby Rose as you landed.
Let me just clarify. So, yes, we are going to sail with our Southerly 38 in Europe, in the Med, and maybe other parts of Europe. And then if we leave Europe again, which we hope to, and small oceans and maybe even do a circumnavigation, we would get a different boat for that purpose.
Yeah.
We don't know what that boat would be, but it would be faster and have more storage space.
Yes, I think. I mean, put it this way: when we set off, we knew that we were going to do Atlantic Passage, so we wanted a boat that was seaworthy for it. And I think now we kind of weren't sure how long this would last. We know so many. In fact, most of the people that left with us in 2015 have kind of gone back to living on land, or gone back to kind of like being in marinas mostly. And we've decided that we're going to carry on doing this. So I think we're going to buy a bigger boat.
Yeah, we will, definitely. Okay, well, sorry. Let's scroll up a little bit. Let's just finish what we're saying. Connie says, hi, love your channel. Potential reasons other than health or finances, what would stop you two from any further sailing life? There's nothing that I can think of that would stop me.
Losing both my arms and my legs.
I think that falls under the category of health reasons.
Oh yeah. Do you know, that's the sort of question, Connie, that's going to keep me up tonight.
Oh dear.
What would stop me from sailing?
If if Nick said he didn't want to sail anymore, then I would stop sailing.
It's very sweet of you.
Well, I'm a sweet person.
I told you once that if you just stopped sailing, I'd leave you.
No, if you said that you wanted to stop sailing.
Yeah. I don't know, babe.
But thanks for returning the favour.
I don't know. All I would say is if you said to me, I don't want to sail anymore.
You'd leave me, apparently.
No, I don't know what I'd do. Because there's so many partners that, like, I don't want to sail. I don't know. I think we'd have to find some sort of
Consider yourself
on-time.
very, very happy.
I do.
Don't know, Connie. Sorry, we can't come up with a good answer. Okay, so which mariner's dock in Charleston sank? That's an interestingly phrased sentence. It was St. John's Yacht Harbour, and I think you're referring to the dock that
We sank.
coincidentally sank while we were tied to it.
No, we sank it.
Yeah, no, we did.
But a big shout out to everyone at St. John's Yacht Harbour.
Yeah.
They are super nice. So hello E, hello Stan, hello Lee, hello Jesse, hello. What was the boyfriend called? Daniel.
Okay, Cameron Boy says, I was tracking you on the arc. It sort of looked like you jumped to the start of leg 2. We were just going really fast. I know, but really we were.
That code zero was
code zero
pretty
up.
bloody awesome.
Yeah. If you watch our videos, the 2 videos of our that leg of our Atlantic crossing are out now for your viewing pleasure. And you can see, you can watch it all.
So Pinecone Defence regarding fingernail says, the interweb says soak in olive oil for a few minutes a day.
It's very Mediterranean.
Yeah, how did he fall overboard? He had oily fingers. And okay, so Tim Gribble, I think we need to throw this out there.
Yeah.
I think it's very, very, very unlikely we're going to be heading to Annapolis this year. And sorry, it's back.
Is it back?
Yes,
oh,
back.
wait, it just said no stream.
No, it said stream.
It says no data. Stream status, no
No,
data.
calm.
Okay.
You can see public viewers here. Calm.
Okay.
Calm with your
I don't
face.
really know how this thing works.
Anyway, for those of you who just got the matrixy glitch, we were kind of hoping that we would people wanted us to talk at Annapolis. There were some talks we would hope to do, so that there was a reason for us to go to Annapolis.
Nobody wants.
No one wants us, so we're not. I don't think we're going to Annapolis this year. We were kind of really holding out, and everyone's like, nah. Oh, they just didn't reply to us, did they? So unfortunately,
So that means that we get to sail around the Mediterranean a little bit more. So
drinking Busch.
it's all good.
Alazunda. What is a wicked name? Like, all fairness,
I
mate.
think that's his real name.
Alazunda, is that your real name? Because that's a wicked name. Like, I would, if that was my name, I'd be like a magician, like, pronouncing it. Johnny Barber.
And he asked, can we join you as crew?
Yes.
We don't have.
Yes.
I was going to say something else.
Yeah.
I was going to say we don't have kind of any spaces for crew, and we don't usually have crew. But
JP
it says yeah, so apparently yeah.
JP Kennedy, ex-girlfriend played Castle Guitar. She filed them every time. I file my nails all the time.
Yeah, he takes really good care of his nails. Way better than I do. Okay, cool. So let's scroll down a bit.
Aerophil asks a very poignant and clever question. When you first started sailing, he says, was it on the sea or freshwater? How transferable, if at all, are the skills learned from sailing dinghy small yachts on freshwater lakes to sailing the ocean? They are completely transferable. There is very little difference between saltwater sailing and freshwater sailing. Yeah, good.
Sorry guys, I'm just scrolling through questions, making sure that I don't miss any.
No, you've done it again.
I did it again. I got down to the bottom. Did Teresa finish day skipper?
No, she's a lazy trout and she's
no,
done nothing.
I haven't done yet. Although
She's been
I've got an
sat-
excuse, having spent quite some time at sea recently. But I have a year to complete it, so yeah, as soon as I get some internet, I'll be doing that. I'm partway through.
Hang on a minute. So everyone is saying that frigging in the rigging was the Sex Pistols. Really? All right, fair enough. Anyway, would you consider a catamaran? Yes.
Catamaran. Obviously catamaran.
Catamaran filled with cats.
Definitely yes.
Yes. Terry Peck says, wear finger picks for guitar. No, I play finger picks for my banjo playing.
Thumbs up people says Kent. Yes, if you don't mind, a thumbs up would be much appreciated.
Sex Pistols saying that Anthrax in 1988. I went to see Anthrax in 88, which for the album So Far So Good No What. There you go. I was a big Anthrax fan back in the late 80s. Bloody hell. Scott Knott. Now, what was his name? Scott Knott. I'm completely blank. Anyway. Bigger boat, more room for more beer.
Wade says you're my favourite channel. That's
Whoop,
a
whoop,
big
whoop, whoop.
compliment.
That's
There's
pretty good.
lots of sailing channels out there right now, so thank you very much.
There we go.
Absolutely.
Did Teresa finish? Stacey, we got that.
Yeah, Jessica says, how long will we be cruising Europe in the Med?
I reckon
I'm
a
not
couple
sure.
of years.
Yeah, at least a
Couple of 3 years. I think. Look, I kind of got this bee in my bonnet. I got this bee in my bonnet about trying to get US sailors, who we love, to move away from the Bahamas. Like, the Bahamas is an amazing cruising ground. We have so much fun with American sailors. That sounds a bit weird. But if you come to Europe, your dollar is so strong and it is such an amazing cruising ground. But there seems to be some kind of like...
Well, crossing the Atlantic is quite the hurdle.
There's 3,000 miles of...
of open ocean.
Bob Yandel. Answer Bob Yandel's question.
Is it comfort or speed that is driving the need for a bigger boat?
Both. Absolutely.
They're related. Hang on. Greg says, will you go back to the Caribbean again? Yes, definitely. Yep, for sure.
Do you know what? It's one of these things. It's always grass is green, and we got to the Caribbean and I we miss it. But I think that we've learned. The thing about sailing is, it's probably the one thing that I've done in my life where it is almost 100% experience and like 90% experience, 10% theory. You have to kind of
100% experience.
10% theory, 15% mathematical problem, inability to do maths. And we are so much more experienced than we were when we set off. We just learned so much. I don't mean kind of like hard out. We're still like.
Well, I feel like I learned a lot on our most recent Atlantic crossing, those 4 weeks at sea. I mean, I'd already been sailing for 5 years. I've done an Atlantic crossing before. I thought that I was relatively experienced, but I learned a lot on that crossing. Did you learn a lot on that crossing?
Yeah, I think so. No, not really.
I did.
Okay, so Mitch Stockdale. Okay, Shelby Cobra or sailing? No, sailing over a Cobra. David Barry says the Good Ship Venus was not done by Anthrax, because we used to sing the Good Ship Venus before Anthrax.
Okay, James says, what's the next big adventure? Well, the Mediterranean is the next big adventure.
Well, that's it.
So we'll be there for the next couple of seasons at least. And we plan to see hopefully most of it. So there's a lot to see in the Med.
So Suzanne says you're back. We are. JD says, do you regularly have issues on your lives with trolls?
Sometimes.
Sometimes I love trolls because I can normally give far better than they
Can give.
They can give. And the other thing,
How many pieces have you had?
4 now.
Okay, so FYI, it says Camping Boy, his morning routine would be having a cup of coffee and checking our position on the arc, which is
That's very nice.
That's very kind of you.
And Joe the Computer Guy's here. Hello, Joe the Computer Guy.
Hello. Okay, so let's see if we've got any more questions, because we have.
We do have an announcement to make, and it's not a Vaga baby.
No. And I know that hashtag Vega
Yes,
Baby has not been
10-pole
trending.
Tudor. It wasn't. It was 10-pole bloody Tudor. It's got nothing to do.
Alright. How many people
Mascot video. Yeah, it was. I saw. I was a big Megadeth fan as well. What was that bloody Anthrax sound? Okay, the one that's got Evil Nickel fussing on it. Anyway, sorry, Dan. I won't.
just going off on a tangent as usual.
Johnny Barbar, European diesel prices. It is expensive, but to tell you the truth, gas in the US is so cheap. Like, so cheap, it's completely out of whack with anywhere else in the world. It's about $7 a gallon.
Okay, so Phil says, hi, I'm with David, 2:55 AM in Adelaide. What are you guys doing up? Did David already answer this?
Phil and David are both up at 2:55. Don't ask, hey? Just don't ask.
I can make something up. Courtney says, do you plan to go to Indonesia someday? Well, we've been to Bali, and
I love Bali.
Yeah, and I love to sail Indonesia. Sailing Nanji are currently in Indonesia, and I'm very envious. Although we obviously have a lot that's to be envied as well. Scroll down. I think we've gone past this.
That's the end. We're at the end. That's the end. End of our
I
question.
just saw another question. I just saw something like.
What's that? Okay. Anyway, so George Forham says, what is the maximum volume of diesel you have on passage? 413 litres.
Graham says that he really wants to know the reason for a bigger boat. Is a 38 not an ideal size for world cruising? About to buy one and would appreciate your thoughts. Graham, are you about to buy suddenly 38?
Because we may have one for sale. Okay, it's a Saturday 38. It's not 38 foot. It's just some weird naming thing. She's 40 and a half foot. For marinas, that's brilliant because we can go in and say, well, she's 30 foot, 38 foot.
Anyway, for world sailing.
For world sailing, I think 45.
Ideally.
If you are going to just do the Med, the Caribbean, the Bahamas, and coastal sailing, 40 foot is perfect for 2 people. If you want to do the Pacific, I think you need to be at 45 foot.
Well, of course, for us going through the Panama Canal doesn't just mean doing the Pacific, it means doing circumnavigation. And for that, or selling the boat, which we don't want to do. So for that, we would want something bigger, which meant that we spent less time doing ocean crossings and more time at anchor. That was better equipped for dealing with kind of being in remote areas, so had more storage, a separate freezer that we could store food in.
Yeah.
But it all depends on what you're willing to compromise on. And we've lived on this boat for 4 years, I think, and she's a very, very comfortable boat. We have no wish to be living on a different boat, but having sailed long distances on her, she's fine, she's comfortable, but she's a little bit slower than what we want.
And to be true, we've had this boat since new, from 6 years, and she just looks as good as new.
Yeah.
We maintain her really bloody well.
I mean, this is why we find it so hard to decide what our dream boat is, because we have almost our dream boat right underneath us. It's they're fantastic boats, and I highly recommend them.
So anyway, let's just say some hello. So Ed, hello. Michael, hello. And someone from Riyadh in Saudi. It's pretty cool. You'll be watching us on a VPN.
Okay. So, have we got any more questions? I feel like we do, but maybe we accidentally scroll past them. Will you have us enjoy the period of searching for a new boat and all pros and cons? Yeah, look, this is years away, guys, so don't get too excited.
Well, it may not be.
Well, who knows?
We may find some fantastic manufacturer says,
Yeah.
actually, we'd love to give you a catamaran for you to make an arse of it and bring our sales up 80%. Anyway, speak.
Maybe.
You have
Yes,
you have
so
something to say.
on that note, on almost that note, hang on, did you know there's 5 minute delay between me seeing a question and you answering them? Yes, we're fully aware, and I do apologise.
That 5 minute delay is 30 seconds of internet lag and 4.5 seconds of beer.
12 minutes.
Exactly. I rest my case. Anyway, darling, speak.
Alright, so now that we've got all 358 of you here, we have a little announcement. No, there's no hashtag Megababy. Sorry, guys. But we have decided to launch Patreon. So we will be launching Patreon in probably about a couple of weeks' time.
Yep.
We just need to finish off a couple of things on the website, and then we will be launching. So for those of you who've been asking us how you can support us, or asking us whether we have Patreon, the answer is soon going to be yes. So stay tuned. If you want to know more about that, then the best thing to do is probably to follow us on Facebook, and that way you will get loads of updates about it as it all kind of happens. Otherwise, I guess if you don't want to follow us on Facebook, then just check back in a few weeks' time and it should all be up and running.
However, all I need to say on Patreon is it doesn't mean that we're going to stop any of the things that we...
Yeah.
YouTube, we're not going to... Look, basically, if you watched our video, which we put out a year ago, when we said, look, Patreon's not for us now, it wasn't for us then, and Teresa wrote a very long blob article.
I wrote a blob.
A blob. Actually, I'm going to say something different in English. She's written a very long article about why we've kind of moved into doing this, but I think it's really important that we protect YouTube. But YouTube, if all of you that follow us on Facebook, you will have seen my constant rants and that post from is it SV Kitty Wake.
Yeah.
YouTube have made it more and more and more difficult for us to put out content, and it's kind of like, I understand where YouTube are coming from, and I'm not going to go on and on and on about this, but it's got to the point where we are putting in probably, I don't know, we had a comment from someone, and I was trying to think of the name of the person who gave the comment. It was either someone called Froggy or it was someone called Justin. I don't know why I know this, but anyway, this was about when we first started. He said something like, for every minute of video you upload, it should take you about an hour of editing. And at the time I thought, ha, that's ridiculous.
You must be really rubbish at editing.
Like your editing must be rubbish, because and now I think we put in probably 2 hours of editing for every minute of video.
Turns out that the better your videos become, the more time you spend on them. Who would have thought? So
anyway, we kind of like YouTube, as you've said, they demonetize. I can't even say the word nasty anymore without getting demonetized. Yeah. And anyway, more information to follow.
Yeah, I've detailed all this in a blog post, which is yet to be published, but will be soon. again, if you're interested in following that, then follow us on Facebook, because that's where we post all these updates. Okay, so Aid has got to go. So see you later, Aid. Cheers. Oh, you're in Greece. Cool. Heavy. Oh dear. Hydrogen oxide. How do I pronounce that?
Water, babe. Heavy water.
Ah. Okay.
Dihydrogen oxide is H2O, babe.
Okay.
Heavy water is a radioactive water.
Okay. Well, anyway, thank you for the beer.
Yeah, thank you, heavy water. So yeah, that's gonna. But yeah, we do really want to emphasise this, that it's not going to affect the output that we put on YouTube.
Yeah, definitely not.
But I think it. As I said, it literally. We had. I don't even know how many of our videos we've had demonetized. It's.
And not only that, but even when they're not being demonetized, yeah, we are seeing our monthly earnings from YouTube just plummet, even though we're growing as a channel. So that's a little bit disheartening. I'm not sure why, but yeah, it's happening. So
James Hanson's right. YouTube advertisers first, viewers second.
Yeah. So I think unless you're like a really, really, really big channel, it's hard to actually earn any kind of money on YouTube.
George Forehand says, "What exactly is Patreon? Can you give an explanation?"
Okay. So for those of you who don't know what Patreon is, and I hadn't heard of Patreon until like maybe a year ago myself. So yeah, it's very popular in America. I'm not sure that it's as popular in other parts of the world. So let me give an explanation. It is another platform which allows content creators such as ourselves to get paid by people who want to donate a small amount of money per creation. So it works it's like a benefits scheme. So we offer certain perks and benefits to our patrons. So for us, it would be things like behind the scenes content. It would be like bloopers and outtakes. It will be like little updates that we give you. It's a tiered system. So some tiers offer like exclusive live chat, so like what we're doing now, but just with our patrons. And don't worry, the YouTube live chats will remain. Everything that we do on YouTube right now will stay as it is, but the patrons receive kind of more content from us, as well as some merchandise, hats, hoodies, stickers, koozies, all that kind of stuff. So it depends on what tier you're at, but it's basically a way of you becoming more involved with us, if that's something that you want.
In a non-sexual way.
and
I think you've explained it as well as you can.
Okay, I'm sorry. Was I ranting a little bit too much for you?
No, darling, come on.
And so yeah, it's a platform that allows us to get paid a small amount, and then you guys get a load of benefits as patrons if you choose to become a patron. But there's no obligation. Everything will stay as is.
Absolutely.
So yeah.
Anyway, back onto the topic. SV Euphoria, you need to do a video instead of Mr. Chumley Warner.
I didn't hear a word that you just said.
SV Euphoria says you need to do a video instead of Mr. Chumley Warner.
I don't know what that means.
Firstly, SV Euphoria spelled Mr. Chumley Warner wrong. It's phonetically spelled Chol Mondley.
You interrupted me to talk about this?
Hello, I am Mr. Chumley Warner. Could you tell us about cats? What do you know about cats? Woman, know your place. It's from the...
I would just like to make a note that you interrupted me just explaining Patreon, which is kind of important.
Sorry, babe.
Doing what is apparently a Chumley Warner impression about cats.
But I love Mr. Chumley Warner.
So typical of you.
Why our relationship works. It's yin and yang.
It certainly is yin and yang.
Anyway, Kent Fletcher says, can you comment on the Westerly boats like the 49? Kent Fletcher, I love Westerlies. I am superbly sad that they went under. Westerlies are well-built boats. Between Westerlies and Moodleys. Moodleys? Westerlies and Moodleys, you can't really go wrong.
And what? Someone says, what happened to the sexy sailor with the moustache?
Teresa told me to shave it off.
Yeah.
I wanted to keep it. I love that tash.
And 79% of our Instagram followers also did not like it.
Yeah, right.
If you follow us on Instagram, then you too will be able to participate in polls such as these.
So Q2 Sailing says, where would you go look for a new boat, e.g. Annapolis? To tell you the truth, I think that we've already said this, unfortunately, Annapolis didn't work out for us this year. Just for those of you who didn't hear it the first time, there were a lot of... We really hoped that someone would want us to come and talk at Annapolis. We talked last year, but it didn't work out this year. And it was kind of like a toss-up because we wanted to carry on sailing. And being when we were in Charleston, going to Annapolis was easy. It was like a drive up the road for 8 hours, albeit. But this is going to be like 3 flights and a week of our sailing gone.
Yeah.
And putting the boat in the marina for that.
Yeah.
So it was a lot more of a logistical commitment.
Yeah.
But if we don't do it this year, we will do it next year.
Well,
However, sorry.
I was about to say we have to do it next year. I've got a wedding in around that time, so
Yeah,
we
yeah.
have to put
So
the
we'll
wedding
be
up
at
a bit early.
But
anyway.
I'm probably going to go to Dusseldorf.
Oh yeah. Nick will probably be at the boat show in Dusseldorf.
So I'm going to answer some stuff. Richard Moreholt, in capitals, right? Nonetheless, he says, I knew you would change your mind about Patreon. It took us a year.
Well, almost a year, yeah.
A year. And it's not something that we arrived at lightly. It's literally...
Something we've agonised over that entire year.
No, it wasn't even a year. Literally for the first 8 months, we're like, okay, let's carry on. But you just watch everything nosedive. And it's not just this. I mean, there are creators like, Casey Neistat, who I love, has 10 million viewers, 10 million subscribers. And he goes on about it.
Yeah.
Pete McKinnon, another one I love. He doesn't go on about it. I just happen to love him.
Just wanted to give him a shout out.
Just shout out to Pete McKinnon. But all these creators are finding that they're struggling. Now, big creators that are making, like with 10 million subscribers, don't have to worry so much about revenue. But for us, it is just, irrespective of the work that we put in, it is our revenue is halved, despite the fact that our subscription rate has doubled.
Yeah.
Which I think in basic maths means that we are making 75% less than we were. And look, everyone's like, oh, how much do you make? How much do you make? We make about $1 per 1,000 views. So that's it.
And it changes all the time. So we can't say, well, we make X amount per month. It just does its own thing.
So,
we never know how much we're going
So
to
if you look at the views that we're getting on, we've had one video that's doing really, really well. But, on average, we put a video out once a week. And those videos make about, in a year, about 30 to 40,000. So we get $40 a video. 30 to
40,000 views.
Yeah. In a year.
Not dollars.
No.
Yeah.
So we get about 30 to 40 bucks per video, which basically is, on a yearly basis, that's $1 an hour of work. Anyway, enough of this malarkey.
Okay, cool.
Sorry, Alan.
Do you follow PewDiePie, Nick? No, we know of PewDiePie.
I like PewDiePie. He's a knob jockey, but he really is. So, and then let's run this. Joe the Community Guy's not. Richard Moreholt says, you two are very funny. Thank you very much. Kenny Ward, will there be Patreon live feeds? Yes, there will.
Yeah.
Mitch Copeland says, are boats less expensive in Europe? Not sure. I think the thing is, without going into my kind of professional head, currency markets are so volatile at the moment. What was important, the dollar is now really kind of powerful. So if you're American buying in Europe, yes, it is cheaper. And Hal Farthing, thank you very much.
Thank you, Hal.
Very, very kind of you, sir. JPKLA. Now, I'm just going to bang this drum a minute. We get a lot of questions about, I want to buy a boat to do A, B, C, D, and E. This is my budget. What should I buy? And I really do think this is important. Before you turn around and think, what should I buy? You should think, where should I buy? Now, my view on this is that we've got a lot of fans in Australia and America that want to end up in the Caribbean, and rather than taking the boat halfway around the world or a long way from America to the Caribbean, the wrong way against the prevailing winds, buy the bloody thing in the Caribbean and save yourself the hard yards, especially if you're starting for the first time. Solid advice.
If you replaced Warp 21 Drive says, if you replaced your boat with a European boat, would you not
pay the VAT on it?
Okay, can you
Probably.
explain what that means?
Probably.
Can you put that into a sentence?
So basically, when we bought this boat, we paid the tax on it. We paid 20% tax, so the cost of the boat plus 20% that went to the UK tax office. There is a scheme if you buy a boat and you don't keep it in Europe to not pay the VAT on it.
Yeah.
So you save 20%.
Yeah. So I misread the sentence. Yes.
Anyway.
Jason said, did you do any surfing in Portugal?
I spent a month in Nazaré. Love it.
Not last year. Last time we were here. It's a great place. SVU4 says, how about Southampton Boat Show? Yeah, well, that is the same problem really. It's in September, isn't it?
September 18th.
we will be sailing in September. And even though we could fly back just for a couple of days, it's not just a couple of days, because then we have to find a marina that's close to an airport, put the boat up, and that ends up being like a week, maybe 10 days out of our lives. That ends up being quite expensive, and for what? We're not that's a lot of money.
Actually, do you know what? We okay, this is kind of like a serious point. We should have some music now. But we knew that today we were going to kind of announce that we were going to do Patreon, and we were like literally talking about this before we came on air, and like, I hope this is well received and we don't get a lot of backlash from it. And we were probably the most nervous about anything we've announced, really.
We don't really announce anything.
No,
but yeah.
I was quite nervous about announcing it, and thank you for being so supportive.
Yes.
So, anyway, God, there's so many questions. Brooke says, are we going to Dusseldorf? I am going to come to Dusseldorf. I'm fairly sure I'm going to come to Dusseldorf.
Yeah. Yeah, Courtney said we're doing Patreon as well. That's lovely. Yeah, look, hopefully everyone can kind of see the benefit of Patreon, not only to us, but to potential patrons as well.
I'm rubbing my hands because John Bammer, I like John Bammer because he's thrown the first negative comment out. And he says, John Bammer, I'm really disappointed in you guys. Apologies. What service do you offer? You used to be sailors, now you're creators. Please, exclamation mark, exclamation mark, exclamation mark. John, I kind of understand where you're coming from here, and I do like, not all like completely negative comments, but I do like when people say, actually,
when people challenge you.
People come up with challenging comments. I don't want it to all be like, yeah, we agree with you, but if you've just joined us, then you may not have heard this before, and our reasons for doing this. Realistically speaking, for each video, we make about $20. We make about 20 to 30 bucks per video, and really, it takes 30 to 40 hours of work. Now, firstly, I love doing it. We don't do it to make money. We do it because we love doing it. But to make better videos, it's like playing a video game or pimping your car or like doing your house up. You want it to be better. You always want to make things better. If you're a decent human being, you think, this is what I've made. Whether you're kind of like sculpting, a figure of a child out of a piece of wood with a chisel, or whether you're making something in clay, or you're painting a picture, or you're chugging beers, or you're entering a hot dog eating competition, you always think, I did well in this hot dog eating competition, but I want to be better. I want to eat more hot dogs in a minute. I want to sculpt better children with my chisel and my wood. And for that, you have to invest, and that has to be an investment in time or learning skills or anything that involves that. And for us, how much do you think we spent on camera equipment in the last year?
I actually don't want to say how much we spent.
I reckon we're 10 to 15,000 down. And I'm not buggering about with you here and going, oh, woe is me. We do this for the love of it. But thus far, we have made such a loss in this that you kind of think, all right, fair enough, we'll take it on the chin. We love doing what we do. But when YouTube then go wallop, actually we're demonetizing you. It's like, for crying
which was something that we
loud.
couldn't anticipate. We assumed that as we grew, we would end up earning more from YouTube, and the opposite has proven true, which was not something that we could have predicted.
So, John, do you know what? I appreciate that, John, and I was hoping that we'd field questions, but again, I'm disappointed in you. I get where you're coming from because it pissed me off that everyone was doing this, but we kind of got to the point where we're like, we're losing so much money. Anyway, El Monkey says, I love your bread. I make it all the time.
That's awesome. Thank you.
There we go.
It's easy, right? It's like 4 ingredients, and then you just leave them for like 12 hours, and then you put them.
Yeah, and Zako says, John Bammer, what at this point you don't have to back them. That's exactly it. I'm getting pinched, so that means I've got to stop.
Yeah, I think you made your point.
Brendan,
Anyway, why don't you click on the...
Okay, so we've got to say some thank yous.
Yes.
Richard Mulholt, thank you so much. You bought a sail ride. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Bob Yandel, thanks for your help. I enjoy listening.
Thank you.
Robert Simon, Superbox 20, thank you so much, sir. And
that's it.
Hang on. John Davis again, I think.
No, we have to go back.
Back?
No, the other way back.
This way back?
Yeah, there we go. And
Benz. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So listen, I just need to say something about the sail ride. In the video that's coming out next week, we broke our sale right. And if this happens to you, I can tell you the fix. It's an easy fix, but essentially, if you bend the needle a little bit and it hits the plate as it goes in, it pushes a rod up inside the sale right. You've got to take it apart and adjust that with an Allen key. Easy to fix. But that sale right, in all fairness, there's a lot of buggering about.
Okay, so the people who says, are we docked in Lagos? Yes, we're in Lagos right now, but we're leaving in a couple of days.
Clint
Apparently,
says,
when you're talking, I look at you with love in my eyes.
I think it's
That might just be the
contempt.
sun.
It's just it's just a squint. She's got a glass eye, anyway. Clint says, if we try and Patreon, do you get the bad language? I don't think you will, actually. I kind of, like, for those of you who may not know this, I used to be a dentist, and in 15 years of being a dentist, I don't think I ever swore in front of a patient. As soon as my patient was out the door, my nurse and I were like effing and jeffing, and language that I can't even put on any channel would come out. But I don't know. I think
It won't be deliberate.
occasionally things will
They
pop
might,
out.
yeah, stuff will come out, but occasionally, for sure. Okay, cool. So, I'm upset about the lack of manhood after you shaved your awesome moustache. Aww.
Maybe it'll be a Patreon only thing. Maybe I'll just get a stick on one. The Patreon only feed, it'll be like Chickabucka, wow, big purple felt fedora on as I kind of rock out. So John Bamat has actually replied, which is good of him. I get what you're saying, he says, but I'm not sure I buy it. I'm still subscribed because I like you guys, not sure I want to support you yet. Don't support us if you don't need to. That's not like a glib statement. It's just, we get so many emails saying we want to support you, but it's not mandatory. We're not going to go on about it. Anyway, Crystal, thank you so much. I've had now, anyway, a couple of frogs in the leg, which means I've got to stop talking. Anyway, so listen, a couple of things we want to talk to you about. Any questions before we kind of head off to our evening?
And you can get on with your
days.
your day or your morning. Or
Do we have anything else to announce? I'm sure there was other things we need to announce tonight. I've sunk 4 beers now.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's your announcement.
Okay, so listen, this is what we're going to do, just to get you through all this. We have not done a live feed for 5 weeks, I believe.
Yeah.
However, what we're going to try and do is, now that we're back in Europe, we will be sailing, it's the middle of August now, we'll be sailing to at least the next 2 months. And we've got some really awesome plans to kind of, for the footage we want to take, and we want to show you. And hopefully, my plan is that we try and inspire you to kind of come over here and do all this stuff and see kind of Europe, if you're in America, or if you're in kind of the northern latches, come down south.
There's just a comment that I just want to pick up on. Jason says, I love that you're creators. And yeah, I just wanted, before Nick started ranting, I just wanted to also pick up on that point that, you know, we can be creators and sailors at the same time. I don't think people can see us very well because the sun is kind of beaming in a weird way. Anyway, we're sailing and we'll continue sailing hopefully for the rest of our lives. And while we're doing that, we're creating content that we, A, love and enjoy making, but B, I think you guys love it as well. So, I think that they're not mutually exclusive.
Oh, I thought of another announcement.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What?
Well, it's kind of like a place.
Do I know about this?
Yeah, it is. It's a Thacker baby.
Hang on, I would know about that.
Well, yeah. Next time. So listen, Teresa and I have.
Hang on.
So.
Sit up before you start.
Teresa and I have happened upon a project that is really in its inception at the moment, but we have decided to try and do something to help the environment, which sounds like a bit like boo-hoo, but it's kind of like really in its inception, and over the next couple of weeks, we want to try and roll this out quite fast. We want to start putting something together on our website where we give part of the profit back to charities to take plastic out of the ocean. So that's something we've kind of really kind of pumped about.
Yeah.
I kind of think that it's hopefully really something that you will all kind of think is a good idea. And so really, over the next few weeks, wait for this to roll out. We've got penguins so many pies at the moment, trying to get this sorted out. But yeah, so there's a big environmental project we've got to sort it out.
Yeah. Okay, guys. I'll answer a few more questions and then we do have to go. So, for Americans, what would you recommend, Annapolis or Dusseldorf? Definitely Annapolis is probably the biggest boat show in the world, I would imagine.
But in all fairness, if you go to Germany.
Unless you want a holiday to Germany. Richard says, what European countries would you recommend?
France. Love it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think you can go wrong with Europe, to be honest. And someone else asked, and I'm just trying to find the question. Oh, Courtney says, "Is it hard to find medical care while sailing?" No, not at all. We've never had, no, not that we've had to find it very often, but on the few occasions that we have, it's not been a problem. Anywhere that we've been has had good medical care. What do you?
I'm just watching myself chug the entire bit.
Okay, cool. So, yes, if I know that we've kind of gone through a lot today. If you want to follow those updates on both Patreon and our new environmental project, then the best thing to do is follow us on Facebook, because that's where we update all of our stuff. And if you don't have Facebook, then that's cool. Yeah, we'll be back on what day is it? Sunday. I think we don't have an episode for Tuesday, do we?
It depends if you can get the thing.
No,
No,
it's not
okay,
Tuesday.
No,
Okay,
so
on Thursday. Thursday there'll be a new episode out. And
yeah, so Thursday's episode, we've got episodes that we're going to get back on the cooking thing. We're going to get back on the Technical Tuesday.
yeah.
Any ideas for Technical Tuesday, let us know.
Yes, please email us with your Technical Tuesdays requests and ideas.
And genuinely good to see you. It feels like a night in a pub with our friends.
Yes, it does, especially so good.
How many empty bottles do we have?
Yeah.
All right,
Okay.
listen, thank you so much.
Thank you so much,
And,
and yeah, we'll see you soon.
Peace out.
Peace out.